Okay. So, oh, and then I think I need to take back the maybe, but maybe not. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. All right, as everyone's joining, I would love you guys to light up the chat tonight and put if you are a guest, who invited you and where are you from? We would love to know. Put that in the chat. And if you are a consultant, tell us where you are from as well, because we have women who span all over the United States. And so we would love to just connect and see where everyone's from. Tonight, you guys, is going to be so much fun because consultants and guests are going to have opportunities to get fun prizes and to learn and to dream. And we actually have a number for you to text. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen because we want to get you entered in for some prizes. And so you're going to text the word pink, no emojis, don't put your name, don't put those quotations, just the word pink to the number 619-202-8225. So consultants and guests, you're going to want to text this number because we have a magical Vanna White fairy godmother in the background who is going to be putting your names into the wheel for giveaways throughout this evening. Yay, I'm starting to see my phone get text, so that's perfect. We'll also, let me just copy, we'll have someone else put it in the chat actually. Well, let me copy and paste it. We'll put it in the chat, but texting the word pink. And in about a minute, you're going to go ahead and get a little link, and that's just going to be like, yay, you're on. And then you'll get 2 more links throughout the event for that. So yay. Okay, look at these ladies. Maria, she is from the desert in California. Judy, San Diego, she's a consultant. Kathy, consultant from Huntington Beach from, yes, the Leanne Yes You Can unit. Jessel, new consultant from Tarzana, California. I don't know why I've never heard of Tarzana, California. That's crazy when I'm from California. Have you heard of it, Leanne?
Yeah, it's far.
It's far. North? She's all
Tell us where Tarzana is.
Tell us where. Yeah, Jessel, we would love to know. All right. And if you haven't, again, I'll just say it one more time and share this for those consultants who just came on and guests that just came on. Go ahead and text the word pink. No emojis, no quotations, not your name, just the word pink to 619-202-8225, consultants and guests, so you can be entered in for prizes this evening. We are super, super excited about that. All right. So, and if we can have a consultant or someone put that in the chat just to put a couple of times. Well, just so you guys know what to expect for this evening, everyone. Let me go ahead and put myself on speaker for the recording and spotlight. Here we go. We get to share a little bit about our story. So I'm going to bring my friend up. Sorry, Leanne. And she's a good friend of mine. And you're going to get to hear our story. So tonight, our intention is that you are just going to get to dream. You're going to get to learn about this Mary Kay opportunity a little bit more. If you are a consultant, you're going to get to hear about someone else's story. If you are a guest, maybe it's going to answer some questions that you may have. Maybe it's going to fill in some of the gaps to know if this is something for you and not for you. And either way, I just hope your brain expands of possibility or things you want in your life, because we're going to be asking you some great questions this evening that you are going to be getting into that wheel also for prizes this evening. Let me take a little drink because I got to drive. Okay, so as we go forward, thank you guys for putting in where you're from. We love seeing that in the chat. We have Carrie from Anaheim. Mary is from Port Angeles. Oh, Washington. That's interesting. I didn't know there was a different kind. And yay, thanks, Marie, for putting that number in the chat to text that from. And Marie's from Arizona. All right, so let's dive in this evening for our PJs and possibilities. You guys, we are in. Well, let me go ahead and move. We are in our matching PJs. I called Leanne probably 15 minutes ago and I said, Leanne, I forgot. It's PJs and possibilities. You got to wear your PJs. And she goes, we have matching PJs. Go find our matching PJs. And I'm like, you're right. So we are in our matching PJs with you this evening.
I mean, come on. How fun is that? That we both got them at Target on different days. And I knew that she had these because she was wearing them in one of her posts.
And she texts me, she's like, we have the same pajamas. Do you have the shorts or the pants?
I have the shorts.
Okay, and I ended up getting both. So I think it would be fun, Leanne, if maybe we share with everyone, because I know they're going to get to hear our story during, and they're going to get to hear more about us. But maybe how we met each other, and just us as friends, and then we can go into some of the perks and benefits of a Mary Kay business. So do you want to share your perspective of meeting me, and I can share mine? It's been a long time.
I'm having a hard time remembering the first time that I met you.
Okay, the very first time I met you, well, I met you was at a career conference, and you were a top 3 speaker. So you had not met me yet, but that was my first interaction with you. So we have quarterly events with the company, and there was a career conference, and Leanne was representing one of the top 3 directors. And so when you get to be a speaker. And so that story changed my life and changed the whole trajectory of my business, which we can talk about later. But for you, Leanne, meeting me, it's because I started going up to working through those colleges up a little bit north, and I landed at your success meeting.
Yes. And it was so much fun to meet Brea, because her former career is a hairstylist, and she still does hair to this day. And we just hit it off. She's Brea, I'm Lee, and we just had so much fun working together.
Yeah. And what's really cool in Mary Kay is, there's so much growth opportunity for everybody, because I met Leanne as a brand new sales director. When I first even came across her, I was a brand new consultant. So it is just so cool, because when you make a decision in this company that you say, I want to move, I want to grow up, it's like it became someone who was a mentor and like inspired me to work my business, to now being someone who's like, oh my gosh, we get to like create ideas together and work side by side as sister, leaders in this company. And so really there's just so many opportunities available. So again, you'll get to hear a little bit more about that as we move on, but we're going to dive in, and each time we're going to tell you about 4 top perks in this company. And we want you to be lighting up this chat with some questions. And so the first area that I want to share with you guys a little bit about how the Mary Kay opportunity works is finances, right? Everybody wants to know, how do you make money? I want to know how you make money. I want to know how fast. Tell me what's actually possible. And so, the way that we make money in Mary Kay is two many ways, but the 2 most simple ways is we sell product. It's consumable. How many times are you guys washing your face and rebuying, your skincare, right? And it's going down the sink and you need more. And we make that 50% commission on that. And that's
excuse me, 50%, that's a 50. Let's be clear. Just want to be clear that you didn't think Brea said 15. We're talking like 50 cents.
Like half.
We make half of everything we sell. So it really is worth it to be able to make half of everything we sell on a product that women are going to buy anyway.
100%. And we make money on creating a team and building a team. And so Mary Kay pays us this beautiful commission because we pass this opportunity to other women. And when we help them to create extra income into their house, every time that beauty consultant orders, Mary Kay pays us a commission from that. And so I want you guys to put in the chat our first question for you. If you could create an extra $1,000 a month right now, I'm not saying it can't be more, it could be loads more. But right now, if you could create an extra $1,000 a month, what would that do or enhance for your life right now? Because really my dream and my mission is, how do I help women go after their right now passionate goals of buying their first home, putting money down for a down payment, creating an experience with your kids, paying off debt, being able to go vacation somewhere this summer that maybe you wouldn't have been able to, and really creating those moments and those experiences. So light up the chat. If you had an extra $1,000 a month right now, what would that go towards? And so, Leanne, for you in your life, when we look at what this looks like for you as far as how finances affect with Mary Kay, your life, what does that look like? I mean, first of all, how long have you been in Mary Kay?
Oh my gosh, I just can cry thinking about where I've come from. I was honestly, I was introduced to Mary Kay 27 years ago, friends. Time goes by fast.
You don't even look old enough to be a Mary Kay that long.
Fortunately, when you hang out with women who are younger, you just look younger. And so I was introduced to Mary Kay 27 years ago when I was in college. And my girlfriend, long story short, coerced me to be in a beauty pageant. I didn't know how to wear makeup. She introduced me to the Mary Kay lady. I sat down with her. We did the whole kit and caboodle. And you know what? I loved everything and wanted to buy everything. And fortunately, she gave me a payment plan option. She said that I could do Visa, MasterCard, check, post-dated check, layaway, or any combination of those three. She made a joke and said the he doesn't have to know plan. Now, I didn't need that plan. I was 20, but you know what I did need? Post-dated checks. And that's when it was cool. And I gave her 3 post-dated checks and brought home all of my Mary Kay products that she used on me that day. And ladies, guess what? I have used Mary Kay products ever since that first day, and it's been 27 years. So I said yes to Mary Kay about a year later when she said, you know, Leanne, you've been buying from me long enough. You might as well become a beauty consultant and have access to getting your products at wholesale for 50% off. Now, I was 21 years old. I wasn't that smart, but I knew that half price was better than full price. So I said, yes, sign me up. I want my products for half price. And here I am today as a career. Now, here's what I'll tell you real quick is that I was able to sprinkle it in. You know, when I was 21, I had priorities at 21. I had priorities at 28, and it wasn't until then that I really started to sprinkle it in while I was working a full-time job, and just having money for gas changed my life.
Mm.
Just having money to go to Starbucks and treat myself changed my life because I was living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, and here I am working full time, and I still had more month than I had the money.
Mm. So it seems like for you, it started out of like, I already have a full-time job. That's my priority. But Mary Kay could maybe supplement some of the extras that I don't have money to get. And
Exactly.
so it was relieving the stress slash, I mean, Leanne's a fun person if you can't tell already. So she's like, I want my fun things. I want my things for like me that I wouldn't be able to do her
New
choices.
purses, trips to Vegas. You know, I was single and I was ready to mingle, and you know that it costs money to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And so as time, came across, I mean, so we can see how it can look on an immediate scale for someone maybe fitting in those pieces. I mean, I guess then I could share even for myself in that category, kind of the same idea of where it just started as like a hobby and just for fun, and I was doing this alongside having another business. And I would have never imagined that the 22-year-old me, I'm going to be 35 years old this month. So I've been doing this now. How many years is that? 13 years that this would create an executive size income. And when we use those words, what are we talking about? We're talking about 5-figure months. We're talking about, I've now made $1 million doing Mary Kay for someone who just said, I'd be excited if I could just get a 50% discount so I don't have to pay full price. We're talking about paying off debt. We're talking about being a single mom who is the sole provider and had enough money to create whatever we wanted to create on our own. And so I love that it can look like a little bit to just fill the gap of groceries or the gas money or the fun extras of just let's go eat out an extra time this week. Or it can be like, I could transform like my entire life of what that looks like financially.
Exactly.
And so I loved what you guys put in here of like travel, fixing my car, helping me save for my first home, paying off debt. Like these are such great things. So if you didn't get to answer in that, and we're going to about to do our first prize.
Yay!
Yes, consultants and guests. If you could create an extra $1,000 a month, what would that go towards or enhance in your life right now? So you can put that in the chat. Oh man, she loves her money. She's the fun one. Okay, so go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and bring up our first prize. We have an Evening Berry lip gloss. Super fun going into the time. Let's see. Look at this purple. Let's see who's our first winner. Give it away. Carrie Muniz.
Congratulations, Carrie.
Love it. I want to just challenge you guys for those who said paying off debt, because that's so not typical, but it's very common when we come across women. That's a main goal. And I just want to stretch you tonight, because tonight was all about dreaming. I want you to imagine that you're debt free. You live a debt free life. And now I want you to imagine if you were in that situation, Now what would your money go towards or enhance? Because I just want you to be in that space of what if we could do that and then what. So the next category is freedom and flexibility. And I got to tell you, I really thrive on some freedom and flexibility in my life. And with Mary Kay, what that looks like is you're your own boss. You get to make your own schedule. Even though you might have someone assigned to your success, like Leanne and I, we can't tell you what to do. And so, because of how flexible this business is, in just an hour, I was just on an appointment like last week because I've been out of town, and in 1 hour I sold $500 to two people, and we make half of everything we sell. So this doesn't need to be a lot of time. Like in 1 hour I made an extra over $200, okay, legally. So it's
I
like
like that one. I always say that too.
right, okay. So it's like if I could do this in little pockets of an hour of time, oh, okay, I could fit that around my priorities of life, keeping my faith first, keeping my family second, and then focusing on my career. And now with the virtual option, I'm about to go on a camping trip with my dad for 10 days. Like, I just need my computer and my phone, and I can take this wherever. Or if I don't want to work, which I decided I'm not going to work for a good portion of it, I get to take the time off, and I don't get to ask anybody for time off. So if you guys had more freedom and flexibility in your life, if you could really have the blueprint, you got to be the orchestrator and take your life back into your own hands, what would it allow you to do in your life right now to create or have more time for? I want you to be dropping that in the chat right now of what that would look like. And Leanna, for you, how has being able to be your own boss or have freedom and flexibility, like, what does that look like through the years of how that's maybe changed for you and blessed your life or been important to you?
I have worked this business single, married, and now with a 9-year-old. So I have worked at all seasons of life. And I tell you that because sometimes we hear women say that they're too busy or they don't have the time. Girl, when you're making money, you will find time. First of all, just FYI, right? It is, that's why it's 50% profit, because Mary Kay wanted it to be big enough for you to say it's worth it. And so I sprinkled it in when I was single, and I loved the freedom that I could work full time, and then I could do a few parties on the weekends that were about an hour each and be able to make that money. I didn't really know what I was creating for myself when I was creating it, in terms of, I knew I wanted to get married. Kids kind of scared me a little bit. I knew I was going to have one at least. I just didn't know what it would look like, to be honest. And so I'm so grateful that I worked when I did, because now I've put myself in a position where I can take Luke to school and I can pick him up from school. I actually signed up to be a room mom last year. I mean, who am I? I'm like, come on now, setting up the little school party. I mean, it's really been such a blessing, and I couldn't imagine not having that opportunity. And then, selfishly, which I don't think it's selfish actually, is exercising is very important to me, whether it's walking in the morning and getting some quiet time, hopping on the Peloton for 20 minutes. That's a really important part of my life. And I do believe that when mama feels good, or we feel good as a woman, everybody else is happy and we have more energy. And so, but having built my business over the years, step by step, day by day, step by step, day by day, has put me in this position where Brie and I are now. And that's why we're so passionate to share with you, what these possibilities look like for you. Even just sprinkle and share, right? Sprinkle and share.
And I remember part of your story too is that you have done this business where you were going to work or going to school or whatever, and then being able to only work this business one day a week of your life, or just a
Yeah,
section.
my schedule was 11 to 7:30 Monday through Thursday, and then 9:30 to 3:30 on Fridays. And so I really couldn't do a whole lot after 7:30, maybe just a smidge if I had to do something at, I did a little bit in the morning, and I really took the lunch breaks. I was like, I'll bring my lunch and make me some money. And, I just figured it out. I figured it out because I saw the money. This is the beauty industry. Women are going to buy the lipstick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That really got me when I did hear your story, because I was like, okay, like people always think, oh, I got to stop doing this because, starting a business means I need to work this full time. Full time in Mary Kay, even as a leader, we're not even working 40 hours a week. Okay. Like that's not even what we're doing here. And so you can create, you guys, in an intentional 3 to 5 hours a week, an extra $1,000 easy a month in your life. And so I just kind of want to paint that picture of what that can look like, because you sometimes think it's going to take all of this time. So I love some of the things you guys are putting in this chat. Be able to focus on self-care. I love that she says I can work in the lines at the amusement park. So Roxy apparently works at amusement park and is working her business alongside. Jessica says more time with her daughters. She's actually a consultant of ours who have been heavily into dance, and just time with them and getting to create those moments. So that's so cool. So I think we're going to give away another prize. We have lots of prizes tonight. And don't forget, putting in the chat what you would do is going to get you more. So we're going to go ahead and give away some citrus rose. This was limited edition hand cream. Okay, our satin hand cream. Let's see who's going to be the winner of this one. Oh, how do we say that?
I think it's Artavia Barn.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Awesome. Okay, you are getting the hand cream. We love that. All right, a third area. This one's got a lot. We call it the friends and the frivolous, but let me tell you what is in this area. I love to talk about the mentorship that we provide, the community of women, and the super fun prizes. And so, and as you're listening to these three different areas, I just want you to think, what would be the most important to you at this point in your life, right? Would you, and you might, hear a little bit more as we share, but is it the mentorship, someone having to, be able to teach you and guide you every step of the way? We always say you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. And so many people are scared because they say, I don't know anything about how to do this. I've never sold anything, or I've never been in the beauty industry. And we're like, girl, like Mary Kay is not hard. We have this proven plan, this proven system of exactly a business that you can duplicate and take with someone also hand-holding and bringing you along with them. And so we have all those resources. We have a community and a tribe of very positive, powerful women. I always say you're like the 5 closest people you hang around. And someone elevated that thought for me the other day too. You have probably the bank account around the 5 people you hang around. And so who do you want to be around that you're raising to that level of thinking and positivity and encouragement, and just women who love on you? I mean, we'll get to share more of those experiences of what's happened for us. And then the fun and the prizes. Mary Kay was brilliant. She knew that, even in the chat, when we said, what would you want extra income for? It's normally going towards the have-tos, the debts, the necessities, which of course is what we need money for in this world, right? So she wanted to create that in this business, for just doing what we do, you could earn these really amazing prizes. You could be recognized with words of affirmation. You could have a place to just really win. And we'll get to share what that's looked like for us, of some kind of fun things that we've earned. So for you, Leanne, when it comes to mentorship, tell me what that has looked like. How is having a mentor? I mean, and I don't think that we've had one. Actually, we've been blessed to like a lot of like mentors, but if you could kind of maybe pinpoint what that has done for you, what does that look like?
Well, when I came into Mary Kay, woo, you think I'm feisty now? Woo, I was just spitball fire. I mean, the personal growth that I have had has been incredible. And I really give a lot of the credit to the mentors that I've had in Mary Kay, teaching me the business, teaching me how to think as a businesswoman. I didn't go to school for business. I went to school and I studied communication studies because I love people. I love communicating. I love sharing. I love building connection. And so that seemed like a great major for me, but I didn't know how to build a business. And so I knew that I loved the products, and I knew that 50% sounded great, and I knew that I wanted more for my life. So a mentor to come alongside me and show me the ropes and also believe in me. It's amazing what happens when someone believes in you. I can see it with my own 9-year-old son when I say, "I am so proud of you. I am so impressed with you." He's learning the guitar right now. He's learning how to sing while he's playing the guitar. I mean, that's not an easy task. And he's doing it. And when I tell him that, I can see him light up and it makes him want to keep going. And that's really what it's like here in the Mary Kay community. You know, the woman Mary Kay, I would be, where's her picture, Bree? Where's the book? Do you have the book?
Right there.
Show,
Here, my
show
can you
her face, the woman, the legend. You know, that is Mary Kay. Mary Kay started this company in 1963 to enrich women's lives, and she's really our original mentor. You know, she's the one that created this company and asked us to pass it on, just like we're doing tonight. And so, you know, and you've been a great mentor to me. You know, what's so great about Bree is even though I'm like 5 years in, you know, I have seen her massive growth in this company, and she never gave up, and she's worked this business in all seasons of her life, and she brings so much talent, so much brilliance, and so much passion, and so much strategy. She inspires me, and I love that you never feel like you're just in the same place, and sometimes that is challenging, I'm not going to lie, but you know, when you come over to the other side, you're like, you know what, I'm stronger and I'm better for it, and I'm making money along the way. You know, I'm earning while I'm learning. Amen, sisters.
Mhm.
You know, I say in order to go up, you just got to show up. Just keep showing up. Sometimes when you don't want to, when you do, you know, that's really when it pays off. So my director said, Leanne, if you can just keep showing up, I'm telling you, you'll get it. And it still holds true today.
And I think you are so right on with when someone believes in you, that like if you had someone who could hold the space that said, hey, I don't care what lifestyle you came from, I don't care what kind of education that you have, I just am going to be here, that on the days when you're hormonal, going into a crisis, having a moment, you know, questioning yourself, that I'm going to be the one to breathe belief back into you, and you owe me nothing for it. Like, because there's times in life where though that's what people do, but they're like, but I also want this back, like unconditional love and belief. And I think that that then goes into the community of women, right? Like we have found some of our best friends. I mean, and when I talk about that, I'm not just talking business. We're talking life stuff, okay? We're finding women who would literally bend over backwards, that in times when I had to be moved out of my house because I was going through a really yucky, ugly divorce, they were the first ones to show up and say, no questions, I will pick all your stuff up and I will get you out of here and we will get you options. And so we're talking about those women. We're talking about the women that, you know, when we go through grief or losses, that those are the first people that we call. And so, you know, you want to be around the friends who raise your belief and your goals, and the ones you can trust and confide in, not the ones who want to be in a me too situation, who are like, we're just okay with, you know, being content in life. And so, you know, that has been such a cool piece, that Leanne and I have gone through so many phases in our life, even in the last decade, of knowing each other. But, you know, the kind of friends where, you know, even months can go by and we can be like, hey, let's catch up and let's chat and let's talk, right? So do you have those kind of women surrounding you, with the same goals and same vision? And the last one, this one's just fun.
Can we just not forget though the cars and the diamonds and the
I
trips?
was gonna say the prizes.
I mean, cars, diamonds, and trips. Bree and I, we were in Scotland together. That was absolutely incredible to be able to be there when the Queen had just died. I mean, the timing was impeccable, and to have had that experience with Bree, that was my favorite trip that I've had the opportunity to go on with Mary Kay. And Bree and I have both earned diamonds. I'm wearing one of my favorites. It's the rose gold. I have that one too. That is the prestige one that I was like Rory, you know, Rory who won the
Scotland. She was like, How do you like it? Do you wear it all the time? Did you take the cash? I don't know what to do. Because you guys, we have choices. We could have taken like over $5,000 in cash for this, or you could take the ring.
Dollars for that. I call that the biggie, can't you see? Because it's so big. And sometimes I have to tell people, no, like this one's real. This isn't just one that I bought. They're like, that's real. And so there's something about earning those diamonds. And then I think, gosh, to be in a place where you're like, I have enough diamonds. I used to tell my husband, Sean, before he proposed, like, you better hurry up because see, I already know what having a diamond is like because I earned it. So I'm just saying, gotta hurry if you want to get it. You got to get it. So
Yeah.
I mean, those are all the additional benefits in addition to the community, in addition to the mentorship, in addition to the positivity.
And tell me, how many cars have you earned?
I'm on my 10th car, I think, right now.
This is
Or eighth Cadillac.
people lose track of how many cars that they've earned because okay, and I just earned my 8th free car literally last month. And so, it's just, I want you to imagine, I have not had a car payment in 12 years. And they pay for 85% of my insurance. They pay for our registration. You guys, my registration bill was over $650 in California. They pay for the taxes. If we didn't want the car, we could take cash every single month.
How much
And
is the cash for that caddy? Is it like
$950 a month if we don't want the car. And that's a significant amount too. And so there's prizes, though. You're like, okay, Brie, those are the big ones. Leanne, those are the big ones. Okay, yes, but there's ones like you can, like, if you make a list of people with skin, we give you a prize when you start up the first day. Okay, like it's a right away of fun stuff like day one that you get to earn. And so that way it's just something fun to go after. So put in the chat if you haven't already. We're going to give away another prize, and then we have one last category. What is it for you? I already saw some people. Is it the mentorship? Is it the community? Or is it the prizes? Yes, Yesenia, I hope I'm saying it right. She said all three. Kalista said mentorship and community. Okay, let's go ahead and put in there. What is your favorite? I know all three are important, but if you had to choose, which one? I love it. I love when people say three. Don't make me choose. I just like them all. I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna give away another prize here. Let's see. We did that. We're gonna do. Okay, I don't know if anyone is having, like, you're coming out of winter, we're going into spring, we're starting to have to show skin. And I'm like, my skin was looking a little sad. And I'm like, it is time to bring out the Shea body scrub, and we're going to polish our bodies up in the shower. So we're going to go ahead and give this away. This is a honker. Okay, this is a size.
It is a honker.
It's a honker. Okay, let's go ahead and see who we're giving this one away to. Brittany, you are about to have a glowing, glistening, soft as silk body. I just am so excited for you. Enveloped in Shea. Congratulations. Okay, so our last category, ladies, is probably my favorite because I truly believe that your personal growth precedes your professional growth. And the bigger and the more positive that you think, and the more that you expand your deserve level, the more that you can just take anything you want to do in your life to a new level. And you're going to be hearing some different areas of personal growth, but part of my story and how I met Leanne and what really affected me. So if we were to go back and you were to say, you might look at us both now and you go, they're so positive, they can speak well, they can be fun, but that's not me. Girl, that is not where we started. This has been like refining, when you find a diamond, it's kind of rough and you're like, that's not, I don't even know what that is. We have been polished over some time and refined. And so when Mary Kay found me, guys, I was on depression medication. I was on anxiety medication. My mom had just passed away a year before I started Mary Kay. I was in deep grief. And one of my first events that I went to, because I was guarded as heck too, I didn't trust people. And when I went to that first career conference, my arms were crossed in that arena, and I was just like, why am I even here? And you never know who you're supposed to meet. And so that's when Leanne came out onto stage and she shared her personal story And we had lost our parents in the same way, suicide. And all of a sudden, my walls came down because I saw this extremely successful, positive woman who I was like, wait a second. She's gone through the same trials and trauma, but yet she is choosing to make a difference and impact women's lives with this. So I could do this too. And that changed everything for me from that moment on, changed my whole life. And I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And I want to be the cycle changer, but I had to start with me first. I had to start with growing my self-confidence, my self-esteem. And those were the things when we talk about that mentorship, teaching you the 6 inches between your ears of the tools of how to do that, how to do your time management, how to maximize your money management, how to have leadership skills and relationship skills. Because for me, I thought, you know what? You get to either join the chaos or you get to make a difference. And I wanted to be the person who said, hey, I can give you this gift of Mary Kay, because even if you don't want to do it as a career and I get a year with you to enhance those areas in your life, you're going to go home, you're going to be a different wife, a different mother, you're going to speak differently to those kids, and you will be the cycle changer of those generations. And it became a mission. So this isn't really about lipstick for me, even though I love makeup, I love the product. It became my mission to really help other women. So for you, Leanne, when you think about how personal growth has affected your life in the past 27 years of doing this, like, what does that look like for you?
Well, gosh, it was just so hard not to cry when you were telling the story. It's been, a long time. And I just love that we have that, and that I was part of your journey from the beginning. And okay, moving on. But you know what we say in Mary Kay Girls? You know what we say? We say the more you cry, the more money you make. So I've been crying my way to the top, sisters. I mean, right? We just, we just do. This is how we do it. And, personal growth, goodness gracious, I have learned so much about myself while I've been building this business. And I was really attracted to the culture because I was looking around and seeing like these women were happy and they were making money and they were driving, cars that were paid for by Mary Kay. And you just wonder, like, how can that be me? How can that be me? And that's why I was crying all the time at every event, because I thought, I want that to be me. And these women were so kind, and they were professionals, and they were moms, and they were so happy to share. And that helped my personal growth, being around those women. And money management, here's what I'll say. I didn't know how to manage my money. My father passed away when I was 15, and my mother was a foster kid. And so she didn't really know how to be a mom. And when I started making that additional avenue of income with Mary Kay, and I started to see that I had extra money, I got in touch with a financial advisor. And I said, I'm making extra money and I want to be smart with this extra money. And ladies, I started an emergency fund account. And every month I would have money just automatically taken out of my account. I think it was like $25. And then I'd up it a little bit more because I was selling my Mary Kay. And now I've got a beautiful, over the course of this 18 years that I've been a director, a beautiful emergency fund account. And I wouldn't have known the importance of that. My financial advisor said, Leanne, what do you do when you get a traffic ticket? And that's not part of your income. You don't want to put that on a credit card. That's your emergency fund account. You want to have that available. And then, also my mom, I've done a lot, to help her out in her life. And I remember being able to take some of that money that I was making and put a down payment on a new little place for her. But if it wasn't for my Mary Kay business, I wouldn't have had that opportunity.
Mm. Wow. And as you say that, like going even back into that mindset, you guys, when you can grow your money like that and you can grow trust with yourself of having that, it does something for your brain to create safety, which then you then go after more goals and dreams because you have an abundance mindset. And so that shifts your entire reality and choices of how you think, just even starting with something like that. And so, I just put in the chat, if you guys could grow in that area, if you want wanted to grow your confidence, your self-esteem, money management, time management, leadership skills, what would that look like? You know, even going to time management, I have done this business working another full-time business. I have done this business while being pregnant. I have done this business while being in the depths of an ugly marriage or divorce. I've done this with driving a dad to rehab. I've done this through fun stuff of creating and going on 3 or 4 cruises in a year, and you know, being able to travel or homeschool my son. And so it's learning, how do we take our time? Because, you know, with women, when you make your own schedule, and how do we make priorities and create an intentional schedule, right? Like, we teach you how to do that. We teach you how to
Put your priorities in order, whatever they are. You know, what are your priorities, and then being able to work around that. And that
Yes. And so we'll sit with you. We'll do that one-on-one. So put that in, and we're going to give away another prize. But you guys, we there's going to probably be another link that came through your phone. So you're going to want to fill out that second link, okay? Because we are giving away some free starter kits. So as we give away another prize, we're going to share, because we have some crazy deal of how to start your business right now. But we want to give you the opportunity, consultants or guests. Any question that you have is going to get you into some extra prizes that we have. So if there would be something that you would be curious about, want to know, that you're like, okay, I heard that you can make extra money. I heard that you can have your own time. I heard that there's like all these, you know, benefits, but here's what I would need to know to be able to make an educated decision if this is something for me or not for me. So go ahead and drop those questions in the chat. We're going to give away a charcoal mask. So we're going to do that. So Melissa, go ahead and pull up that wheel as we give away a charcoal mask. We all know this is a fan favorite. Detox your skin. Kathy Fox, congratulations. We're so excited for you. All righty. Well, let me go ahead and pull up. I don't know why I didn't have it pulled up. So Melissa, if you have it handy, do I have this one with the correct pricing on it? I don't. Do you have the one with the discounted prices of the starter kit available somewhere right on your computer? We want to show you what it would look like to get started. So it is as simple as sending you a quick link. You fill it out, you pick your starter kit, and we would set up a time to connect with you and see what those next steps are, whether that's setting up your launch parties and what to say to people and what your goals and your dreams are to your life. And so I want to go ahead and zoom in on this picture if you can. I don't know if you can, Melissa. I know I just asked you to do that. But at this bottom part here, or this top part here, you guys, it is scroll up a little bit because it's only showing that bottom part. There we go. It's a $20 decision to start your business this month. $20. I want you to put in the chat, what's the last thing you spent $20 on? And I can probably bet my left pinky toe it was food, because everybody's spending some sort of money on food, okay? But I want you to put, what's the last thing you spent $20 on? So this e-start here, this is going to allow you to have a beautiful website, the ability to be a consultant, the ability to process credit cards for your customers, and boom, you are a consultant right away, able to start making some extra income. Leanne, what comes in our Pro Start? If they want to add that on, tell them what comes in our Pro Start.
Oh my gosh, if you could get the Pro Start along with the $20, I mean, that's a total of $100, will really make you holla. And you get over $400 of full-size retail products. First of all, you can see that black tote bag on the left-hand side. It is adorable. You can use it for whatever you want. You get a full-size miracle set, which is a value of $116. You get an eye cream, you get an oil-free eye makeup remover, our bestseller. You get 5 CC creams. Those are valued at $22. You probably have your color in there. You can sell them, you could use them, you can demo them. You get our mascara, a charcoal mask, and one of my favorite products, which is our microdermabrasion set. It's a spa grade exfoliation treatment. The value is $58. That's, I mean, this is a phenomenal deal. If you could do the 100, I would say do it, because it will be an experience for you. And I just want to put this out there. Guaranteed you can't get out of Target for $100, and the things that you're buying there, it's not going to change your life. Okay. But this can.
And I'm seeing in the chat here, someone said literally that they just spent $20 on paints and colored pencils at Target. Someone else $20 at Starbucks. And I always say, like, and someone said In-N-Out. Another one said Pad Thai, and I always like, we're spending on food. It might change our pant size, but it's not going to change our bank account. And so if we want to be able to elevate that, you guys, you would never ever second guess going to Costco or the grocery store and spending $100, because that's just what you do. And so here, this could literally create an ATM machine in your home to create extra income right away. We were just doing some launch parties for some consultants this week. I just had one who had a one-on-one. She just sold $250 on her very first appointment with just one person. Okay, so like it can happen right away. So we can go ahead and take that starter kit down. And if you had any questions in there, we can put it in the chat. We are going to give away 2 e-starts tonight. 2. So as if it's not already like an awesome deal for April. Okay, that's only April that we have that deal. They already extended it, so they 100% will not extend it again. They never do it 3 months in a row. So this is that time. If you're like, I need a sign, this is the sign. It's discounted. It's time to go. So we are going to give 2 away. Melissa, do we have? Oh, we have right now. We have. So we'll give you guys some time. It says we have a couple on the wheel right now. So if you haven't had a chance to fill that out, go ahead and make sure you have a chance to do that so we can put
fill out. What do they fill out?
So they got a link if they text the word pink. And if they didn't get that and you're a guest on here and you want to sign up just for the sake of time, put your name in here and say, I want to be able to get a free kit. Okay. So that way we can just copy and paste your name and we can put you in. So we can give away those 2 e-starts. But yeah, if you did text the word pink, you got a link that said, hey, do you want to be entered in for the free starter kit? Yes or no? So that came your way. And then I want you guys to while we're waiting for that, just for a couple minutes. And if not, we'll go ahead and I think we have 2 right now, so they'll just automatically get it if not. But from this evening, whether consultant or guest, what was your favorite area? If you had to choose one, if you had to choose extra money for your life right now, if you had to choose having more freedom and flexibility, or if you had to get the mentorship, the community, the prizes, or the personal growth, which one right now would impact your life the most? I would love to know. Even consultants, we can be in seasons of our life where we're gravitating towards one of those areas that we need the most. So go ahead and put that in the chat too, that we can do for some our last little pieces of giveaway here. Giving you guys a second to get you in the wheel. If not, we have a lip gloss. Let's see here. Yesenia said extra income. Jessica Merkerson, she sent me her schedule today. She says freedom and flexibility. I saw that. Jessel says the way my life is going, the extra money would let me breathe. Ooh, I love that. I want to give women relief. Rose, extra money. I have 26 great grandbabies. Rose, shut the front door right now. I saw you on the Zoom the other day and it does not even look possible that you have 26 grandbabies. You are the fountain of youth over there. Artavia says extra money will definitely save my life. I love that. Kalisa says freedom and flexibility or extra income. I love that. Okay. Melissa, did we have any others that we need to add, or we have the 2? We do? Perfect. We're good to go. All right. So let's go ahead and pull up that wheel. Awesome. You have a pretty good chance. That's exciting. 2 giveaways. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel for our first e-start earner. Artavia Barnes, you are getting a free starter kit. We are so excited. She is a winner chicken dinner. She's also getting product today. That is super exciting. And then let's go ahead and see who our next winner is. And even if you don't win this e-start, girl, we're just going to make it happen, right? Because it's $20. It's going to change your life. So let's go ahead and see who that winner is. Angel, congratulations. We're so excited for you. Well, we want to go do one more prize giveaway. I have a Beach Bronze lip gloss in here. So if it's not time for Beach Bronze, I don't know when it is of what season. So let's give away a final piece of product. Congratulations. She is a team leader. So excited for you and growing. Awesome, ladies. Well, we hope you learned something this evening or walked away inspired or reignited or with a vision for your life. And so that is all that our dream is for women, right? To dream more and to have more. And so, Leanne, is there any last pieces you would love to tell our amazing consultants and guests before we pop off this evening?
Thank you, consultants, for coming on tonight and supporting the team. And thank you, guests, for taking time out of your busy schedule tonight and saying yes and showing up. And I want you to remember you're a business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. And we
Yes.
so appreciate you. And it was so much fun.
It's so much fun. Yes, awesome. I mean, we get to work in our pajamas and just
We
talk
need to do like, remember you're Brea and I'm Lee. And
Leanne always has the ditties. She's always got the ditties and she'll make a song or a chant about anything. She is amazing at that.
say I'm Brea.
I'm Brea.
And I'm Lee. And we're here to pump you up.
I love it. Well, have a beautiful evening, ladies. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.